was born by the river in a little tent, and just like a river, I've been flowing ever since.
This country has an addiction to locking up young people. And if we look around the room, you see the faces of who makes up the juvenile justice system represented right up in here today. And so we want to remember all them young people who couldn't come here, who couldn't participate in this, whose future right now is not necessarily secure and safe, right? Whose lives are in the balance. And so we remember why we come together and why we do this. And CJNY was created by organizations who have been doing this work. 10 years ago, they came together and said, we got to stop this rail to jail. We got to do something about this attack on our community and on our youngsters.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.
I lost my son, but I refuse to see other kids lost and behind the school system like my son was lost.
I lost a son in an adult prison, so he had just turned 17, so I'm extremely passionate about keeping other kids out. He hung himself, so.
We gotta change people's hearts and minds about who children are and the second chances that they deserve. Who you are at 16 is not who you can be when you're 24 and 25. We can't lock somebody up for a lifetime when they just made a mistake when they're young.
I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keeps telling me, don't you hang around.
A movement isn't led by one person, by one organization,
That's right.
or by five. It's led by many coming together and uniting.
I made some bad decisions, of course, right? But the decisions that I made, right, was in line. It's like when you have a Democrat and a Republican, you only got two decisions. But if them decisions was open, right, where I had more resources to go to, well, maybe I wouldn't have went to prison, right?
We are thriving. We may not be where we want to be, but we are most definitely getting there. As a child of a father who was incarcerated for dope sales more than once, repeated offender, I believe that this movement is strong and we are going to continue to move. So when we say, are we weak? That's like asking me, am I weak? I'm not a part of anything that is weak. I'm not a part of anything.
I want to bring some information back to Boston and tell the youth what's really good. Like people are getting locked up here and there for stupid shit, and I don't think that they should be locked up, at least for a long period of time, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's brought me here. I want to make a change, I want to make a difference. Well, my dude got shot, so did mine. My brother got shot, so did mine. My mother got stabbed, so did mine. You could just talk to me. You ain't the only person out there that's struggling right now, especially with violence. We got too much stuff going on, you know, low jobs for youth and you know, all this shooting and killing. Like, you're not alone.
Juveniles are the most underrepresented people. Being told literally to just go into a courtroom, be quiet, sit down, and to watch incompetent attorneys basically mess your life up, it's mind-blowing. I was 16 years of age in 1981. I could not read, I could not write at that particular time. A crime occurred on the south side of Chicago where 4 people lost their lives in a fire. Approximately a week later, I was arrested. I was taken to Area 3 violent crimes and I was beaten, tortured, and basically forced to repeat a confession to a state's attorney. We cannot beat these people working with little tiny groups of ones. But if we come together, then we can exterminate this problem. But we must understand that this is a political problem.
I love you, Miss Ayanna Stanley Jones, and I hope the love I have for you, Detroit has for you, and the love you have for yourself can be a good substitute for your old favorite blanket. And I hope it will wrap around you tightly and become your new blanket while you sleep peacefully once again. But this time, not on your couch here, but in heaven. We will not forget.
New Year's Eve, gray goose fills up the glasses. White birds fly by his casket. New Year's resolution number 1, never forget. New age racism fueled by ignorance, fanning the flames. Fireworks. Father's Day, flowers and cards spent at the graveyard. No daddy to tuck her in, loving only the images of him. Fireworks.
No blood on the knife Johnson carried for protection, no video surveillance of her attacking him, no evidence. Yet Patrice was sentenced to 11 years in prison. The media called the young black woman a wolf pack of lesbians.
You deserve these 11 years back. You deserve the true representation of yourself. A non-judgmental world. Patrice, you deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin. You deserve to express your sexuality freely. You deserve to feel safe. No lesbian should ever have to be displaced from their environment of comfort. I wish you didn't have to feel like you had to carry a knife for safety.
And so our goals are to draft the base content of a sector-wide resolution. We're going to take all those notes and try to synthesize it into a shorter resolution. And then we're going to email back all of those notes and the shorter resolution to all of y'all to utilize in your work how you see fit. And then you can say in your local community, this is backed by all these people across the country. To strengthen relationships between participants and organizations, and to begin to develop an infrastructure for a national week of action on juvenile justice.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come.